Sumant Parimal, I'm coming from analyst perspective here in this conference, and I would like to thanks the organizers to invite me and to bring the analyst perspective in the entire conference. And I'm actually working with a lot of vendors and solution providers and users of technology to develop the various perspective. So I would be frank to mention that I follow one of the Silicon Valley investors, Vinod Khosla, very closely on his healthcare works, because he funds a lot of new startups in healthcare, and particularly AI and IoT and big data space. So one of the prediction he made long back in 2011 that going forward 80% of work of doctors can be easily or maybe with some kind of progression be given to the AI system, and then doctors can migrate to some higher level of work, particularly in the research side, and developing the new pharma, you can say drugs and all those things. So I do also believe that it's a progression process. It's not a one-day job that you suddenly replace the doctors with AI. But for that, the infrastructure need to be laid out. And as mentioned by Mr. Anurag, a lot of data is required for building any AI model which can replicate the work of the doctor, the decision-making works of the doctor. But as earlier mentioned by the panelist, Madam Manjuna, that it's not only the AI role is not only the target towards replacing the doctors with some kind of robots, but it's also about bringing the innovation. It's also about bringing the speed, affordability, and availability of healthcare services. You have seen that India is facing one of the huge deficit in doctor skill sets. So at least let's not target replacing doctors right now in India with the AI, but let's target bridging the gap of the doctors' availability. Right? We have around per thousand, we have around 0.8 doctors. So we need, I think, another 4 to 5 million doctors, and health staffs in coming years, because our population is growing. But at the same rate, we are not producing our doctors, because it's a long process. Churning out a specialist is a long process. So with the solution for removing this gap of doctors' availability and medical staff availability versus by using the technology is only robotics and AI. So in one of our earlier predictions of 5G research, which I represent, we have said that India may need to deploy up to 5 million robots across its hospitals, maybe existing hospitals and many new upcoming hospitals which are in pipeline or under the planning. So such a large investments of AI and robots are required. So you see, you go in lab, last month I was in one of the most AI-enabled hospital of India, which is known as Kokilaben Hospital. So still in labs, a lot of manual interfaces are there. I went over there, I went inside the lab also in Mumbai. And so you can automate the lab also, the decision making, there is no integration, even within the, I assume that it's one of the automated and one of the most sophisticated technology-enabled hospital of India, but still not all doctors are able to come on a common collaborative platform to analyze an X-ray, analyze a CT scan or MRIs. So a lot of gaps are there. So it takes around 1 week for us, to go and visit the chambers of each and every doctor by taking appointments at different time phases to come to a conclusion that what kind of cancer is progressing, for the patient for which we went over there. So I think 1 to 2 weeks we lost just around visiting the different departments and getting the test done. So these time cycle can be certainly reduced by deploying the AI. So at present, the hospitals like Kokilaben, the hospitals like Max, they mostly are doing their positioning, that brand positioning based on robots, and that those robots are particularly, they are talking about surgical robots. But I think there are many applications of robots apart from the surgical robots. The robots are required for not only surgeries, but also for analyzing the diseases in advanced stage, for even progressing the test results. A lot of scanning which we need to done, it can be reduced with artificial intelligence applications. So the entire symptom-based clinical trials can be actually transformed towards the you can say intelligence-based trials. Right now a patient see a symptom and then they visit the doctor. Then a lot of tests they prescribe for. So I think the role of AI is here not about replacing someone, but it's about documenting their capability. And I believe that the queues, generally if you go to Tata Memorial Hospitals, you find that 2 months queues are there for meeting the cancer specialist, sometime 1 month, 2 months, some for surgery, you know. So these queues, even if you go to NHS hospitals in UK, they have also like 1 year to 2 year queue, you know, just for some critical surgery. So with the help of AI, can we deliver on-demand surgeries, on-demand treatment, and on-demand consultations? So I think it's all about increasing the throughput of the industry with the limited resources what we have today. I know we have to enhance the resources of the medical profession, but that can't be done on one day. And other point I would like to mention here is a lot of disconnect between the professionals, medical professionals, healthcare professionals. Though they assemble on some conferences and they publish their papers on some of the journals, but I believe that in real time they need to collaborate, and not only one hospital doctors need to collaborate, but all doctors of India need to collaborate on one platform. And they should make a practice that each and every consultations, insights and input which they generate need to capture in a knowledge management system which will feed to the AI system, because that is the only way to develop the AI models. You know, if the doctors and professionals remains afraid about the fellow competition from the peers, and they do not communicate. You know, I see many of the doctors, they do not communicate. You know, even they don't know what happened to the patient when after going through their subscriptions, they consume some medicine. You know, whether they recovered or not, even those kind of feedbacks are not there. So what I see, the whole system need to be revamped. And later on, I'll discuss in some of the initiatives taken in India, already mentioned by Anurag and other overseas countries also. And I'm looking forward for the further discussion, maybe to the Uday. Thank you.